If a picture's worth 1,000 words, the work of animal photographer Tim Flach is epic. He's traveled the globe capturing images of endangered and exotic species to man's best friend, with a goal of connecting each species to us. In his latest book, the aptly titled Feline, Flack focuses his lens on cats. We visited his studio in London to see why this project was especially challenging and how it goes beyond just some cute photos.
So I think, yes, if we can get water calm and just lying there.
At times, it is quite literally
Bring water at an angle.
like herding cats.
Now, that's a grumpy look from water there.
But animal photographer Tim Flach
Oh, water, you can do it.
always seems to find a way.
Now, Lolly's being very professional here. That looks like he's enjoying himself now.
One snap at a time, capturing the spirit of each creature he photographs.
Why did you want to photograph animals?
I think what I love is this idea of another sentient being, feeling and emotion. But there's a divide, there's a sense of otherness. And I love the idea of creating a sense of sameness, bridging that gap.
In photographing animals, as compared to people, I have to imagine it's far more difficult. Is it?
I suppose that the humans don't sort of sometimes pee in the studio or whatever.
You hope not, right?
We hope not. You hope you've got them properly trained. But generally, to be fair, our animals are pretty well behaved.
And when they're not, well, Flack says that can be even better.
I think it was Picasso that said, "I don't seek, I find." I love this idea that the magic comes from something that reveals itself rather than something that's totally locked down in your imagination before.
An apt description of Flack's latest project, Feline. The perfect book for this lifelong cat devotee, or so he thought.
Well, you're talking about cats here. And to camera. No? Okay, try again. I mean, a dog, squeaky toy, pig, maybe a sausage on a stick. Lot, bang, you've got them.
Yeah.
Cats, it's all about what's in it for me. Why am I here? You want to give them something to feel like there's a reason to be here. It's been harder than I thought. A bit of a reward, yeah? Why work if you're not being paid?
There's a great saying in describing perhaps cats and their attitude, and that is?
Oh, well, I mean, yes, dogs have masters and cats have staff. So anyone can sort of relate to that.
Flack grew up with an affinity for visual arts, but admits he didn't pick up a camera until he was around the age of 18. Almost 5 decades later, his work has appeared in publications from National Geographic to the New York Times. Feline is his 8th book highlighting the animal kingdom, capturing its images, a bit of a game of cat and mouse.
How do you get an image like this?
We have a hole in our floor, and we actually can put glass down and shoot up through the floor. So what's great is with photography, you kind of want to extend experiences. So maybe you want to do something so fast you can watch the drips and see what actually happens. And then on other occasions, you kind of want to change the perspective. So you rethink what the cat looks like. And going through the floor is obviously another way of changing perspective.
Yeah.
On their own, these pictures are works of art. But Flack also wanted to tell a story with Feline, which he does starting on the cover.
When we went to Borneo, we've had this guy we call Boy that looks like it's a bandit. In a way, we were trying to unmask the essence of being feline, and it kind of encapsulates that.
Within the pages of the book, an array of information unfolds.
What they're doing is they move from their eyes to using their whiskers to create a map of the world. So they actually create a 3D map through the air pressure that the whiskers pick up.
Photographs chronicle everything from the history of cats to their traits and behaviors.
We've called this chasing dreams, and I didn't know. First of all, cats sleep twice as long as we do. And what they're really doing is that they're rehearsing the hunting sequence, so that when they're ready for action, because they're geared up to have incredible night vision, they can be most effective. So that's why when your cat is laying around doing nothing, he's actually busy rehearsing.
Flack even used his own brain imaging and the work of a world-leading neuroscientist to explain our social media animal obsession.
I got an MRI scan done in my brain, and we overlaid data that showed what the responses to kittens and human babies are on our brain. They light up an area here where the empathy is, but adult faces do not. They only activate on the sides of our brains.
So a grown cat doesn't activate this. Just
Yeah, exactly.
Kittens. So this is why I'm constantly scrolling, and every time I see the puppies and the kittens,
That's right, you can't help it.
I
You
have to
cannot
keep
help
looking
it.
for
And
more.
in fact, I've had people who, they say about 25% of people don't like cats, right? But they'll still engage with the kitten.
The project took about 2 years, with Flack traveling the globe to capture his subjects. And unlike works of the past, with Feline, he takes readers behind the scenes of his shoots, QR-coded journeys to prove his images aren't AI creations. And that's not all.
One of the things that's quite interesting with taking pictures today, which I wouldn't have done 10 years ago, is as I crafted my pictures, I then had to put all the stuff, all the loose hairs back into the pictures, because I realized that they won't feel real. And that actually, that the evidence has to feel like it's a true document.
Cat lover or not, Flack says Feline is for everyone, with a message that lives well beyond these regal creatures' 9 lives.
What's my takeaway after I look at this book that you think will resonate the most with me?
I hope that we sort of think about the fact that animals around us are like an extended family, and that maybe we also don't just look from in the domestic environment, but we look out and question the importance of our connection to nature, and that ultimately our future depends on that. And that I hope that it celebrates the wonderment of the feline, but indirectly reminds us how important it is to be connected to nature.
Pure catnip.
Yeah, yes.
Pure catnip.
Thank you. The book is out later this month, and you can see it's so beautiful, this
really
coffee
is.
table book. And these incredible images at the back, you've got to see, because it's this one. He did such a beautiful job in all of these crazy ways of getting photos. It's such a delight.
And
you got to find the photos.
He sounds like a delight too.
He was.
He
It was
can
a lot
tell
of
a story.
A lot of fun. And I'm telling you, those cats gave him a really hard time in studio while we were there. The dogs, just get a sausage out. You're good.
Yeah, there it is.